I don't want to drag this intro out too long, but I just wanted to give a massive thank you to getting me to 100 subs. That is huge, and I'll talk more about it at the end of the video. But I just wanted to say a massive thank you, guys. I got a bit of a bone to pick with old Saint Nick here, okay? Because he did not deliver on the Christmas list that I sent him. Because I wrote on my Christmas list that I wanted a Marvel Spidey and his amazing friends web crawler RC remote-controlled vehicle, features built-in superhero with 4 control functions, red and blue. And you know what he sent me instead? These two. So I'm kind of pissed. And I figure if I have to suffer, so do you. So today we're going to be checking out Debbie and Osama, and I gotta tell you, man, this is probably the strangest couple I've ever seen on the show. Hands down. I don't think I've seen a weirder couple than these two. But alright, let's enjoy. So here we meet Debbie, and she is just really, really nutty. We start off thrift shopping with her, and she's just, you can just tell she's a very free-spirited person.
This is lovely. Check these bad boys out. Yeah, that's what I love about these stores. It's like playing pretend. Describe myself as being perhaps a little eccentric, somewhat quirky personality. If I may use the old adage, it's like I hear a different drummer drumming.
Well, Debbie, I'm just going to say that I don't think you should be hearing any drums in your head. You might want to get that looked at. So, I don't really know what to say here. 3 crocodile heads in her living room? Like, what am I supposed to say to that? What do you want me to say to that? Okay, you've beat me, Debbie, and we just started playing. Strong. One thing I do want to point out, and I'll get more into later on in the video, is that she is very obsessed with being youthful and young and herself. It's the 3 deadly sins of any cougar, and I just want to make you guys aware of that and think about that throughout this whole video. So that was Debbie. Now we're about to meet her son, actually, I don't know his name. I guess we'll call him Debo. I swear, though, this guy looks just like the cop from Chicken Little. And he is a cop, so who knows? Maybe he was the inspiration for Chicken Little.
To take with me in its hard decisions. My son Julian.
Oh, his name's Julian. Okay.
I'm coming, King Julian. Wonderful. And I are really close. But I'll tell you one thing, he's not a big fan of Osama at all.
Why are you gonna need all this? People gonna see this, you're gonna get robbed?
No, Osama protects me.
Seriously, Osama's gonna protect you? Just for context, this is what Osama looks like, okay? He's not protecting anyone. What is he gonna do if a bunch of robbers just come out and start, like, trying to rob them? You know, what is he gonna start doing? Reading them one of his poems? You know, once upon a time... Actually, that might work. If Osama started reading me one of his poems, I'd bail. Okay, never mind. I'm on her side.
Really? Osama's gonna protect you?
Yes. Come on, let's go sit down and talk, man. It's like, don't get on my case. Ever since I told Julian I was moving to Morocco to marry Osama, he's been pretty hateful about it.
Hating on Osama? No way. Imagine walking down the street with this guy. Okay, nobody's gonna mess with you. If I saw Osama walking down the street, I wouldn't go anywhere near him. As a matter of fact, I'd cross the street just to avoid him.
Julian. If you only knew him, if you would quit being judgmental.
What you told me of him is already what I need. That's all I need to know. When I found out that my mother was engaged to a 23 or 24-year-old Moroccan male, it made me sick to my stomach, and I thought it was a joke.
Okay, Julian, well, what if it was a female? Okay, it seems a little shady to point out the fact that he's a Moroccan male. Okay, it's 2023. Let's try to be a little progressive. Okay, we take advantage of all genders.
Being 24 years old and proposing to a 60-something-year-old woman, that raises red flags. I'm worried about someone that's going to be using you, that's going to take everything.
Take everything what? You know, do you think I'm stupid? You're gonna say, hey, here, Osama, get on my bank account.
I mean, I think you're kind of stupid. Anyone that has crocodile heads in their living room, I immediately distrust them. Let's move on. So in this next clip, they go and sit down with a lawyer to sign a prenuptial agreement before Osama and Debbie get married, and it goes about as well as you would expect it to go. I swear, if Osama said he was gonna jump off a cliff to expand his creative mind, she'd be right there with him.
I'm moving to Morocco in a week, and I plan on marrying Osama when I get there. Well, you know, I feel better with you going with me to the attorney's office.
No, I really need to just drop you off at this retirement home up here.
Yeah.
You can go live and paint pictures all you want over there.
You and what army?
I mean, I assume the army of Sugar Hill. Also, is that a wooden peacock in her lap? Why is it that every other freaking scene she's in, she has some new toy that she pulled out of her treasure box?
You do have some assets. We talked about that. You own a
Yes.
house here, and you have some money in the bank.
Yes, ma'am.
How about your future husband? Does he have anything?
No, he's just a farm person.
He's a kid. He has
He's not a
nothing.
kid.
He has nothing. What does he have? A
What did
skateboard?
you have when you were 24?
At least I had a full-time job.
Hey, he has a painting and a hat. Okay, you don't need a full-time job when you can color. Come on, man, we got Babushka lady over here that's gonna support us through our journey. You know, at least they're smart enough to go to a lawyer and get a prenup signed. Because most people on the show would just dive head first, only to realize that they don't have a parachute and slam onto the pavement. So maybe the future is looking bright, Debbie.
Do you think I'm stupid? This happens like a fairy tale with a wonderful, happy ending for me. And say I'm married to Osama 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, and he is everything and more than I ever hoped he could be.
Right.
What if I want to drop a little money on him then? What do you suggest? You know, if everything has a happily ever after to it, and
Right.
which I anticipate this time.
We anticipated that with 2 other husbands.
She actually brings up another really good point. You know, I feel like a lot of people on this show anticipate that it's going to be this fairy tale, you know, wedding, and it's going to be all magic and sunshine and roses, when in reality that almost never happens, and they end up ignoring a lot of red flags, and it almost always ends in disaster. Make that movie Disney instead of that childhood trauma that was Encanto.
I would rather you not amend the prenup at all. I would suggest putting money in a joint account so that you have control over it still.
Okay.
Stupidest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life.
You always watch what you calling stupid.
This is
Sometimes stupid turns into genius, you know?
When has that ever been the case? I swear, this lady reminds me of Michael Scott from The Office. She'd be the type of person to buy the toilet buddy. So right here, we're gonna meet Debbie's Prince Charming, Osama. And I gotta tell you, man, he's probably one of the creepiest people I've ever seen.
When someone, asked me about Khimesaj, I told them, if you want to die, go to die there. I describe myself as a loner. I feel comfortable with cats, sometimes more than people, because cats, they have silence and they can't talk in silence.
So far, we have learned that Osama likes silence and isolation, and I already have a great feeling about this guy. I know another guy that liked isolation. It didn't turn out well for him, or anyone else.
My family has a farm. It is a small one with like 3 cows, like 13 chickens, and 1 donkey. I like to work in the farm because, you know, we just you and animals and your father, and silence too. I don't have a job and just stay home, stay alone, because hard work can kill the creations.
That's right. Hard work kills creations. Matter of fact, don't put any effort into anything you do. What a great lesson we have here. I feel like that statement right there immediately shows what kind of person he is, because he comes across as a massive manipulator, and you start to see that towards the end of the video.
I write my poetry in English to reach more people, because all the world now using English as a first language in the world. But only your face could shine and give my heart a vitamins of love. All my art and all my works is about sadness, melancholy, misery, and all the things can hurt humans. I know that there is a madness inside of me.
Oh, trust me, I could tell from the minute I saw that shit-eating grin that there was a madness inside you. In this next clip, they finally meet at the airport, and there's really not much to say about it other than the fact that it just seems like they're trying to, like, come up with cheesy rom-com one-liners for the camera. I don't know what they're doing. It just comes across as very weird and very forced. Like, look.
It seems like a dream, doesn't it?
The half was missing is getting connected now.
Yes, yes. Our strange connection.
Yep,
Only
strange
you and me
connection.
know.
Strange but beautiful.
Yes. You're my strange beautiful.
You're my strange beautiful too.
You see what I mean? It's just really cringy. But it's the clip after that that I really want to talk about, because I feel like Osama kind of starts to show his true colors, and Debbie starts to pick up on it. So just for context, they sit down at a hotel and they start discussing their plans for the future, and it's pretty clear right away that they are not on the same page at all.
You know how we're going to your mom and dad's house?
Yep.
What should I prepare? Should I prepare to stay a couple of days or a week? What do you think?
For me, you can stay all the time you want. You can stay 1 month in home, 2 months. I mean, they will never mind.
Stay as long as you want. They won't mind. Stay years, in fact. Yeah, I don't really know what Debbie was expecting out of this conversation, but Osama doesn't really strike me as the kind of guy to have a plan about anything. Matter of fact, he strikes me as kind of the opposite. He seems more like the guy to ruin a plan rather than, you know, having a plan and making sure everything runs smoothly.
And there is no worries there. I mean, as you will stay here like 2 months or 1 month, and after you will leave to the US. Because I know that you will come back for your business, for your home, you know, for something important.
Right. I'm kind of confused at the point. It's like, you say I'm going to be here 2 months at your mom and dad's house, and then you want me to go back to the States?
Yep.
Yep, that's exactly right. You summed it up perfectly. You thought you were coming here to start a life with me? No, this is just a trial period, okay? It's the demo version of this relationship.
Well, how do you think I feel now? What do you think it's like to be sitting over here looking like a fool? Why didn't you say, Debbie, don't pack all your stuff? Why didn't you say, Debbie, slow down?
Because, you know, if things go good as we will get married in the end.
You really screwed up big time, Osama.
Why?
It's like shame on you.
Why? Because I said the truth.
Why? Because I manipulated you into coming here? Pfft, you're just being high maintenance. No, but seriously, I feel like this is a really important part here because I feel like Osama really starts to show his true colors. Because as soon as Debbie starts getting upset, his attitude really changes and he just immediately starts deflecting blame and doesn't seem to really be concerned, which tells me that he doesn't really care about Debbie or her needs. He only really cares about what's going to satisfy him. Another thing Debbie keeps repeating is that she keeps saying that this isn't the Osama she knows, which tells me that she's really in denial and completely ignoring the red flags that she clearly sees, or else she wouldn't be getting so upset. Okay, but this is Debbie we're talking about, all right? And she has the attention span of a 3-year-old because right after this, they make up, go to the beach, and she starts molesting a camel.
Hi, Mr. Camel. Are you nice, boy?
Be careful with the camel.
I love you, Camel.
Well, isn't that cute? And that's the end of the video. I just wanted to end it off by just giving another big, huge thank you for getting me to 100 subs. I mean, seriously, I never thought that I would even really get many views at all. I have been terrified of doing YouTube for a while. Actually, pretty much my whole life. I've wanted to be a YouTuber since I was a kid. And I did, you know, back when I was like 18, 19, I would make like little gaming videos, but that was basically it. And, you know, despite other people telling me that I could do it, I didn't think that I could compete. I mean, there's so many, I just didn't think I was funny enough because, you know, growing up, not many people found me funny. I thought I was hilarious, but not many people found me funny. And it's so great, you know, getting such a positive reaction to my videos, and especially the last one, because the last one was the first time I actually like kind of took a risk and, you know, I'm not gonna say went after, but I just kind of talked about another creator, and that was just amazing. And, you know, the fact that my voice, I didn't think that it was gonna do very well just because I had lost my voice. I sounded really raspy. You know, I was talking about another content creator. I don't want to come across as a bully, but, you know, I do have a lot of jokes, and I mean, they're freaking hilarious. There's a lot of funny people out there that I do want to discuss or talk about. I'm looking at you, Ticks and Roses, because there's a lot of people out there that are just really funny. And but yeah, you know, I work really hard on these, and I try to do my best. I'm still learning, and I'm not perfect at it, obviously, but man, these past 2 months have just been awesome, and I really appreciate all of you. But thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.